for now, it's the biggest hunting festival in all of Canada. So, yeah, how do you improve on the best?
Now into its 12th year, the Taber Pheasant Festival has been drawing in hunters from across the country.
Definitely. We get people coming from Ontario, Saskatchewan, BC, the States even. People are coming up as well. I've got one guy who keeps calling me. He's from Yukon. He really wants to get in. He hasn't been drawn yet, but he's wondering if there's anything he can do to improve his chances. There is nothing, just so anybody's wondering. But yeah, people want to come from all over to participate.
The event has also grown to become more than just about hunting. There's a social element, which includes a novice hunt for kids and first-time hunters, to culinary events like how to make sausage from these tasty birds. And a real special treat to welcome this guy, Brad Fenson. Brad, you're a busy dude. I mean, you got a lot going on during the Pheasant Festival, and this evening you're doing a sausage making program, I guess.
A demo.
Yeah.
How to use your birds in a different way. So we're going to show people how to smoke pheasant, make things out of the smoked pheasant, and we're going to make a fresh pheasant bologna with fresh herbs in a food processor, and then we're going to actually make a fresh sausage with blueberries and citrus with pheasant meat, our sausage.
Is there one thing, one step that's sort of absolutely critical in this process?
I'd say the most critical thing whenever you're handling any wild game is keep it cold. Keeping the product cold, make sure it's always the best quality, and when you're mixing in your spices, just mix it really well.
Talk a little bit about the equipment that one needs in order to pull this together.
You can start with some real basic stuff. I started with a hand grinder, but High Caliber Products is here tonight. They're showcasing a bunch of different grinders, and you can go a lot of places from there to sausage presses and all kinds of fancy equipment, but you don't need fancy stuff to get started. You can start with the basics. Once you fall in love with the process and building your own treats, you can move up and get something bigger and more efficient.
So, and finally, Brad, from the field to the point where you're going to get ready for the processing, what are the key things that one should be keeping in mind?
Walk extra miles when you don't have enough birds. Never give up. And take care of the birds as quickly as possible. If you're from England, you might hang them for 30 days and then clean them, but where I come from, I usually get after it, especially this year. It's 25 degrees out here, which is unheard of. We've been at Pheasant Festival when we had Tukes gloves and all our winter gear on just to try to stay warm. So it's a unique year. It's very pleasant to be in the field, but just be mindful that it also requires some care for the meat, and carrying a cooler with some ice could be important.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the combined efforts of Alberta Hunter Education Instructors Association, landowners, local volunteers, and ACA staff. So once the crates are loaded onto the trucks, all of these trucks go out to their appointed designated sites. The crates are then hand carried from the trucks onto the site and are released in areas where the pheasants can hopefully find some natural cover, which is good for them and makes the hunt just a little bit more challenging. There they go. The festival has drawn in close to 800 hunters who have participated every season.
Oh, it's fantastic because it's got the new dog learning, so he gets out there and learns how to find them. It gives us still some challenges, though. Those birds are not easy to find, so that's always fun. And get out with new friends like my friend Steven here, so it's great.
Well, it's nice to see the terrain that these birds are getting released in. Just seeing the countryside, and of course, the shooting is fun. So, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Nice, healthy birds.
And you've been successful so far?
So far, so good. Yeah.
How many more hunts do you have?
This is our third day, so we're done after today.
As rewarding as the hunting experience is, some hunters appreciate the social element, like the big banquet.
It's awesome. Every year we've gone to the banquet and they throw a great dinner. I highly recommend it to anybody that's coming down. There's a silent auction and there's that kind of stuff. It's just good fun. You can sit with the landowners, or you meet people from the community. All the business people are involved. It's an awesome deal. It really is.
The festival's impact on this community of roughly 9,000 people isn't lost on town officials.
I would say so. I think our community, one of the biggest benefits our community has is its volunteers. Everybody is always willing to step up and help out, and I think the Pheasant Festival is no different. People are willing to, give their time and expertise to welcome these people and yeah, just make the whole event a success.
While the economic impact over the duration of the event is also significant.
Well, it's not just our community, like the town of Taber. It's the surrounding communities, like small towns like Grassy Lake, Enchant, Vauxhall, that see an economic impact because these hunters they're out and they're closer to those sites, and then they also come to town. So it's good for our restaurants and our hotels. They fill up during this event. Every year there seems to be more and more birds, so it's a really good event. It brings a lot of economic drivers to this community.
The contribution landowners make towards the festival's success is noteworthy. Allowing hunters access to their land is not an insignificant offering.
I was pretty happy. I like to see the economic development come to Taber, and we have a plot of land that is well suited for pheasant hunting. I was a hunter, and I still hunt from time to time with some of our son-in-laws, and it was good to see that more activity comes to Taber, and we were happy to see that come. I knew the ACA was involved, and the ACA is a well-run organization, and I had a lot of confidence in that they would do a good job running the event.
Yeah, there's no doubt. When we first came up with this concept and sort of pitched it, it was, people here said, sure, we'll give it a try. And there was a lot of questions around, could we get enough landowners on board? How much community support would there be? But I would say this is, it's growing well beyond what I thought it would be. It's a community event now. And initially it was a ACA event. ACA brought it here, but now this is certainly a community event. The MDs involved, the various communities involved. We've got volunteers from throughout the community helping us out, and of course landowners have jumped on tremendously. So it's been really good. I think one of the key drivers is we've had hunters showing up here that have been really respectful to landowners. They've spent money in town, which is part of what the whole reason was in the first place, to try and show the economic benefit that hunting can have to rural communities. And everybody's just really worked really well together, and now it's a giant community event now, and it's great.
So here's looking forward to many more years of the Taber Pheasant Festival.